Yo, what's going on, everybody?
What is
Welcome
up?
back to the new episode of Hoops This Minute, episode 3. And we're excited. We got NBA basketball, or playoff basketball is back, man. The best time of the year. And it's already just been some great basketball, man. Like, just a lot of great games so far in the first round. A lot of great matchups. But without further ado, let's hop into this. Let's go to our first topic and get this timer going. And 1 minute on the clock. So what's worse, the flops or the refs? Now, my take on this is I might say the flops. And people might think I'm crazy for that, but I think a lot of people would also agree with me on this. It's just, I swear, and I think I also should have put, like, flops going hand in hand with just overreacting or complaining to the refs, whatever it may be. I swear, every single play, you cannot watch an NBA game without someone throwing and flaring their hands up or just looking at the ref in complete disgust after every single call that's made. And it's honestly so cringe and difficult to watch at this point. What do you think about this?
I do think that the refs have been pretty awful, but to the point that you made, it is kind of ruining the game. I mean, guys can't just play anymore. Guys are complaining after every single call.
5
and
seconds.
On top of that, the flops, I don't want to see those corny fouls at the free throw line. That's it.
And time. Yeah.
All right. So on to the next topic, which is TRAE Young
Timer
stuns
starting
everyone in NYC, including the mayor. So TRAE Young in his playoff debut manages to drop 32 and 10 and come out on top against the Knicks at a 107-105 victory. And so now Mayor Bill de Blasio of New York had some things to say about that. And he basically trying to tell TRAE Young, play the game the right way. He doesn't want to see him, kind of excessively putting his body out there for these flops. He thinks it's not the right way to play basketball, so to say. I get what he's saying, but to TRAE Young's defense, we see what James Harden has made a career off of, especially in the early stages. And I mean, if you can master the art of getting free throws and getting to the line for some easy points, I'm not going to fault you for it. It is a shame, though, for all those New York fans finally seeing the Knicks in the playoffs, that he had to do this to them in their first game back.
And time. Perfect. So let's move on to my Lake Show timer starting. And, the Lakers are now down 0-1 again in another playoff series. Now, this is nothing new. This is familiar territory for the Lakers. As we know, last season in the bubble, the Lakers went down 0-1 against the Blazers, and everyone overreacted, talking about, the Blazers might upset the Lakers. Didn't happen. Gentlemen sweep. Go against the Rockets. Again, 0-1. Everyone's saying, the Rockets might do it. Gentlemen sweep. Straight 4-1. Easy money. So now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen with the Suns, because the Suns are a really good team, and the Lakers have just not really found their proper footing again yet compared to last season. But, as a Lakers fan, am I worried? I'm not going to say I'm worried yet, at least in this first round. We go down in a bigger hole, obviously, but, we got to come out strong next game and tie the series up. We'll see what happens tonight. And I'm not worried yet as a Lakers fan. We're still going to win this championship, baby. And that's time. 1 minute. Let's move on to our next topic. Let's get it rolling.
So our next topic is Luka in your top 5?
Yes.
Jason Tatum names his. So Jason Tatum's top 5 right now, in order, I believe, was LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. Ooh, you know what? I actually wrote my notes down wrong because I have KD in here twice. AD was the 5th. I believe the 4th spot was James Harden.
Yep.
James Harden. So, I mean, healthy, everybody in the right standings, that's not a bad looking list.
It's not.
When you look at it this season, especially to leave a guy like Luka out, who in my mind is definitely locked in for top 5. I think Luka definitely takes the edge on Anthony Davis for that one. And now this isn't saying overall, I know what Anthony Davis has and can still bring to the table. But this season, he has definitely not lived up to his expectations.
5 seconds.
Injuries, with injuries, I can't put AD in that top 5. On to the next one.
On to the next one. Get this timer going right now. And it is, can the Grizzlies upset Utah? So if I'm not mistaken, I think this would be the first time an 8 seed would beat a 1st seed in the NBA playoffs. And
believe so.
The Grizzlies doing against the Jazz. Now, I don't think the Jazz are, they're the 1 seed, but I don't think anyone really has them going to the finals or anything like that. But there's no Donovan Mitchell there in Utah right now. And apparently there is a rift between Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, and the locker room is divided. So this is a really good opportunity for Memphis to take advantage. No, they don't have their best player. They just came out firing on all cylinders last game. I mean, the Grizzlies look amazing. And, the Jazz have been struggling. So I think if they can win this next game, especially if they can take both games on the road, what's to stop them from winning this series, man? I mean, honestly, it would be a huge upset. And I'm always here for a good Cinderella story. Not that I don't think they would get much further, but yeah. So I think it can happen, and that's time. Move on to our next one.
So our next topic discussion is, will the Nets be stopped this year? So, I mean, you just look at that picture. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, they all play for the same team. I don't think anybody expects them to lose, all healthy. Thing is, they haven't all been healthy. So can they be stopped? Personally, we watched it in game 1, how they can come out, not really play great, turn it up, kind of turn the switch, so to speak. And all of a sudden now they're just effortlessly knocking everything down, firing on all cylinders, and come out with the win. So that's the scary thing with this Nets team, is that they're definitely unpredictable. I thought that defense would, along with a lot of people, the defense would really hurt them, but they haven't really seemed to be, too underperforming on the defensive end. So I don't necessarily even know if that's going to stop them. I think the only thing this year that's going to stop the Nets is
time. Boom. There you have it. Let's move on to our next topic. Will Playoff P, or is Playoff P back? Now, Playoff P started off pretty slow, and people already screaming Pandemic P early on against the Mavericks. I think he started off like 1 of 7, but he actually ended the game with 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Or 5 assists and 6 rebounds. He shot 44% from the field, but he did struggle from 3. He shot 25%. Now, the thing that got me the most with watching Playoff P was that he actually came alive in the fourth quarter, like more so the second half. That's where he scored a majority of his points, and he looked really good. But if Playoff P comes back for sure and he's playing well and you still lose, that is not a good sign right there. I think that the Dallas Mavericks will upset the Clippers. I just think they have absolutely no answer for Luka Doncic. Nobody does, and I think he's going to average 30 points a game this series pretty easily. But, yeah, that's my take on that. So that's 1 minute, and we're going to go ahead and move on to this next one.
The next topic, it hurts to say it. Jimmy Buckets or Jimmy Bricks? What's going on with Jimmy Butler? So this season, without diving too deep into his numbers, Jimmy Butler is shooting 25% in the series so far.
Sheesh.
And for a guy who was supposed to be so ready for the playoffs, it is a bit concerning. And now Jimmy does a lot of things on the court, especially on the defensive end and facilitating for his teammates. And he hasn't really missed a beat with those parts of the game. But when you're shooting 25%, it's going to take a hit on all parts of his game, including the playmaking.
I do want to ask real quick, has Jrue Holiday been his primary defender?
Jrue Holiday as well. Actually, the first game, which was pretty smart and asked for in the last series, they put Giannis on Jimmy, which is really taking away a lot of his strengths, being able to bang with the smaller guys. So I think that's a lot of what his problem has been, and hopefully he turns it up next game.
Let's see. Hopefully. Let's get this thing rolling. Timer's on, and we got Jordan Clarkson win 6th Man of the Year. So, former Lakers guy, it's only right that he comes up and wins 6th Man of the Year. Like, he's always been a great scorer, and he's really shown how good he can be in Utah. I think he found the right system. He's found a home there, and he came off the bench this year. He dropped a 40-point game, or almost a couple 40-point games, if I'm not mistaken. And I think he was pretty much a runaway for 6th Man of the Year this entire season. So it's really good to see him get it. What's your take on this?
No, I completely agree. You see what he's done since he's come into the league. He's always kind of looked like that guy that, this could be the next Lou Williams type of feel.
Yep. And
so to see him finally get that first one, I think there's many more to come in his future.
10 seconds.
And like you said, Utah has been the place to really bring out all his best attributes.
5 seconds.
And he's making the most of it. So I'm glad he was able to bring home 6 man this season.
And time.
So for the next,
Timer on.
we have Julius Randle takes home the Most Improved Player Award.
Another Lakers
So
guy.
now, another Lakers guy.
Yes, sir.
Jared loves him.
Yes,
But
sir.
so he, among a few other guys, I mean, they had Christian Wood in talks all season.
Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant, of course, he played great in Detroit. But when you see the things that the Knicks were able to do, I think it was pretty abundantly known that this man was going to win Most Improved Player this year. His numbers, I don't know them offhand, but I know he obviously was an all-star this season.
It was like a solid
Probably-
25, 11, and 6 or something like that.
Right.
those
And
numbers.
he was doing it all. He was really doing it all. Like I said, rather, he made his first all-star appearance this year. So I think I don't really think there was anybody else in competition, especially as you got towards the end stretch of the
5
season.
seconds.
I think it was all Julius Randle to take home, and that's why he got
And
that award.
time. Yes, sir. So that's been our 10 topics here on Hoops This
That is
Minute.
it.
Yes, sir. So let's get ready for some more NBA playoff basketball. I hope to see some more buzzer beaters, some more exciting games, a lot of great series. And, as always, if you guys enjoyed, please remember to hit that like button. Go ahead, drop a comment down below on some topics you want to see in the future. And, of course, subscribe for more basketball content, man. We're always trying to post up here on Hoop Network. And also, anything you'd like to add?
No, I think you hit everything. Glad to have everybody here. Glad to be back, and hopefully we'll be able to be more consistent with these for you guys and be able to have fun making them. As we have so far.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And I know that we did not get to put our podcast up last Sunday. Austin actually made a trip down here, and we had to get some runs and some hoop in ourselves, man. It's been a little bit.
For sure, it's been a while.
It's been a little bit. So be prepared for next Sunday, though. Come out with a brand new podcast for you guys. And yeah, thanks for all the love, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out, everybody.
Adios.